Hi, I'm the voice of sports, Lettman, and today we're in central London to speak to Olympic boxing bronze medalist Anthony Ogogo, who's about to make the leap into professional boxing.
Look out the attic when the sun comes up, to when the sun goes down, to when the lights come up again. There's no way that you will find me stuck. I know to rise or not. Yes, the time is up.
This game is because, you know, going back 18 months, I was told that when the Olympics were going to happen for me, my shoulder was pretty much hanging off, and I spoke to John a few times, and Ron, you saw on my journey to the Olympic Games. My shoulder was basically hanging off. The surgeon said, give it a miss, you're still young, go to Rio. And I thought, you know, who's this guy telling me what I can and can't do? So I rehabbed it super quick. I used to wake up early in the morning. I used to wake up in the middle of the night to rehab my shoulder. I used to use a 1 kilo dumbbell when it felt like 100 kilos. And I used to work so hard to the point that I was in tears, to the point that I had sick in the back of my throat. That's the magnitude, that's how important the Olympic Games were for me. I was 6 foot down going into one of my fights against a Georgian, and that doesn't really get turned around in amateur boxing. Nobody pulls back 6 points going into the final round, and I managed to do it just because of that hard work and determination, all the pain I went through and rehabbing my shoulder, and that's that grit and determination that I have, and I think that's like innate in me, you know, and I managed to kind of pull that back.
You're the first member of Team GB to say they're going to go professional. Obviously, the girl got gold in 2008 and the amateurs, they're doing their thing. But do you think with your lot from 2012, we'll see the golden generation professionally?
I hope so. I hope so. I'm not too sure. I don't know, obviously it's only me and Tom Stalker who turned pro. Like, I mean, I don't know what the other guys are going to do now, so I can't talk for them. But I definitely want to become like golden. I want to be the best. I want to win world title belts. And so we'll see. Hopefully they will. Yeah, hopefully they will. It'll be nice to kind of be part of that like special kind of club of boxers. But you know, I think it's such a hard sport. You just got to focus on yourself.
The game's hard. I don't think anybody, any boxer, any other athlete had as hard a journey as me going to the Olympic Games. And then prior to the Olympic Games, you probably already know, my mum was taken very seriously ill to the point where I pulled out of the Olympic Games. 6 weeks on the eve of the game, my mum, yes, was taken very, very ill. So the point where I pulled out, didn't do a stroke, didn't do a press up, didn't do a sit up, didn't do a run, didn't throw a punch for 3 weeks. I was quite at bedside, and I didn't even really want to go through the Olympic Games yet. Back to Sheffield after 3 weeks of doing nothing, 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks before the Olympic Games started. Had my first spar. Didn't want to be there. I wanted to be back with my mum and with my family. First spar, I back, my head was all over the place. I threw out a slow jab, and I sparred with Fred Evans, who obviously went on to get a silver medal Olympic Games, a great fighter. I threw a slow jab out, and he slipped in and threw right into my body and broke my rib. So there I am, with a broken rib on the eve of the Olympic Games. I didn't want to go. My mum was like desperately ill. I didn't want to be there, but I kind of managed to kind of somehow, you know, go in a trance, kind of put it all together, went to the Olympic Games, and even at the Olympic Games, I had a horrible draw, I had a tough, stinking draw. And even despite all that, you know, I still kind of managed to kind of keep it together, win a medal.
You used to play football for Norwich.
Yeah.
Why did you pick boxing over football?
It was just one, I was better at boxing. I was better at it, and I could have exceeded and excelled further as a boxer. But I can remember there was one tournament. I won one weekend. I won the national championships, and I was 15 years old. I had a match for my county. I had a match for Suffolk the following day, and I won the national championship. It was one of the best days of my life. That thrill of winning a close fight was just amazing. Then the next day we were getting like beaten. I mean, I was captain of Suffolk at the time, and the manager had to go at me for half time, so I wasn't playing very well. But you know, I had a fight the day before, and I didn't get back till 3 in the morning, and I played again at 11 AM the match. I just thought, why am I doing this? You know, I've got so much. That was like an effort for me to get out of bed, and I was all sore and achy, and I was getting shouted at. Whereas the day before, that was one of the best nights of my life. So from then on, I just thought, you know, I'm picking boxing. I got that much more enjoyment out of it. It was harder, but because it was harder, you get that enjoyment out of it.
Definitely. And for anyone who hasn't seen you fight, what can you expect to see?
Just, I don't know, someone who gives it his all. You know, whether like, doesn't matter if they're fighting somebody not very good or somebody who's brilliant, they're always going to give it his all. You know, I've got a lot of heart, and I think I've got quite fast hands, quite good footwork, and just a nice guy plying his trade. Really, that's what I like to say.